Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz.
What?
Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz?
Hey.
I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me.
Woo.
I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me.
I go hard, cuz. Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. Oh my gosh. Let me look at my screens, make sure everything is up. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy, what is today? Thursday. Damn, time is flying by. I can't believe it's already Thursday. I'm trying to figure out where Monday went. Okay, I've been keeping myself busy, as you guys can see. Hey, everybody. Okay, y'all can see me good. Hey, y'all. Yes, I'm rocking my purple today. I've been keeping myself busy, as you guys can see. I've been trying to post, a lot of content and just working on different stuff. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys are liking this new style of content. Like I said, I want to make it a little bit shorter, quicker, you know what I'm saying? With not really opinion based, because YouTube doesn't seem to like my opinion on this channel. So what's funny is that now that I don't give my opinion as much, they seem to be pushing these videos through the algorithm. And people are even noticing that my numbers are starting to grow a little bit, which is very interesting. It seems like all this happened after I blasted them for their racism and their favoritism, like Corey Kenshin. So things have been kind of changing, but I'm still Team Spotify. So all of my opinions and, long form content and deep thoughts will be over there. I am working on a new deep dive. I'm going to start fully editing it this weekend. I've been working on literally 6 different projects. And so, as you guys all know, today I relaunched Lovelyti News Network. It is now True Crime Tea Time. So that is my new true crime channel. And I launched that today. So if you guys don't know, go to Lovelyti News Network and subscribe. I just found out from one of my mods, James, that channel is not shadow banned. You can actually just put in my name and the channel comes right up. So yeah, it just proves to you that they are messing with this channel right here. But my other channel is not shadow banned. I've been using it. I use it for all my Discord stuff. So all my Zoom meetings go on there with their privated. So I've been using that channel. I just don't really post too many things on there publicly. But I had a great time doing the the true crime video on Jacob Weatherling. That story is very near and dear to my heart. So thank you guys for just all the wonderful feedback. Because I was kind of nervous. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been on camera in so long. When I come on camera, the only time you'll see me on camera is when I do a live stream like what I'm doing now. Other than that, I don't come on camera anymore because I just feel like it's a waste of time. And nobody else comes on camera, so if nobody else gives a shit, I just stop caring. It's like everybody's just doing voiceovers. So for me, it's just easy to do voiceovers. Why get dressed, right? But it felt good to just get dressed and actually do a video. I felt like it was old school. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was old school Lovelyti video. So it was nice. And do understand, because it is true crime, I'm going to handle it with a lot of care and respect. You're not going to see me doing true crime mukbangs and putting on makeup and all that goofy shit. That's not me. To each his own. So do not ask me to start reading crime stories while eating chicken wings. It's not gonna happen, Pooh. Okay, it's not gonna happen. So I just send me, if you guys have particular stories you guys want me to hit on, please send them to me. This is not a Black true crime channel, so stop crying about, oh, how come you didn't talk about a missing Black child? I'm talking about any type of true crime. Why? Because true crime affects everyone regardless of race, gender, or sexual orientation. So let's stop with that. I will be hitting on, Black stories as well, but this was a story that hit close to home in Minnesota. So I'm definitely going to focus on stories that I want to focus on. So please don't come over there with the mush mouth bullshit. Okay. We will have Black folks on there. We will have missing, Black children's stories, but these videos are not easy to create. I mean, just shooting that video took me over 2 hours. Plus, it took 4 days to edit. On top of that, before even getting to the shooting part, it was about a week's worth of research. So these videos are not going to be every week. We'll be lucky if we can get them up I would say maybe twice a month, if I'm lucky, 3 times a month. But it's a lot of work to do these videos because you want to be very respectful. You want to put out real information. And even when I was researching, I was finding out stuff about the Jacob Weatherling case that I did not even know. That's how much I went into depth. Like, I didn't know there was 2 Dannys involved and one was harassed and he was not even the suspect and he tried to sue. So I hit all that stuff. And it also goes to show you how much grace, when perpetrators are white, how much grace they'll give them. They found pictures in Danny Hemrich's home back in the 80s, and they gave him all this grace because he went off and copped the attitude. But I wonder if Danny Hemrich was of any other complexion, would they have given him such grace, knowing he was found with those pictures? So I learned a lot while investigating this case. So I'm just very appreciative of just the feedback. As far as people talking about they're spooked out because of the song or some of the background music, just don't watch the video. Like, you're not forced to watch it, okay? I don't want my videos to be like anybody else. I want to kind of differentiate myself from other true crime channels. I'm an editor, so I'm going to add some theatrics to it. I'm going to add, things that kind of keep your attention. I'm going to set the mode. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not changing that. Okay. Never tell an editor to change what they do. Okay. That's what we do as editors. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are loving the new intro. Thank you, Raheem. Raheem said I did amazing. Thank you. Appreciate you. So yeah, I'm glad you guys love the new intro. Yes, it's darker, but why would I have a upbeat? Like, oh my God, we're going to talk about a murder. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, these are serious topics. So I wanted to be more chilling and haunting. And I wanted to set the, to set the vibe. So yeah, I did that. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, it's on Lovely News Network. I have the first episode up. But yeah, there's definitely more to come. We got the Halloween season coming up next month. So I'll definitely also incorporate some scary stories, things like that. So it'll be like a mixed bag over there, but it's always going to come back to, real stories. So I can't wait. There's a lot. I've been into true crime forever, since I was a kid. So there's a lot of stuff I want to hit on, but it's definitely a lot of work. So shout out to everybody, in the true crime community. It is not easy. It can be draining. So definitely, take breaks when you need to. Good. So, hey, Bye says you set the vibe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So it's a lot of stuff going on right now, y'all. Let me see. We have over 4,000 people in here. Thank you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, child, we got to talk about this. Now, I wasn't expecting this today, okay? When I was, promoting my little new channel and chilling, I heard rumblings early this morning that the queen was sick. They're like, oh, she's in the hospital. She's not feeling too good. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's understandable. She is almost 100 years old. And then it was announced literally an hour later that she had passed away. And I was like, wow, I was shocked because this lady has been around, forever. And so I wasn't expecting her to die because her husband just died like maybe a few months ago. And so right now, Black Twitter is trending on social media. Why is Black Twitter trending, you ask? Because for some reason, child, Black Twitter and Irish Twitter done connected. And a lot of people on Black and Irish Twitter are celebrating the passing of the queen. They're saying we don't feel bad for her. She's done a lot to people of color. I mean, these memes are just crazy. Like they're the memes that people are posting, the dancing, the cheering. They got Irish people doing the river dance. Yeah, these like everything is going viral right now. As you guys see, Black Twitter is trending and they're just going in. Another thing, a lot of people feel like they'll save their mourning and their well wishes for Princess Diana because Princess Diana was really, really loved by the people. Now I'll say this: I don't relish in anybody's death. I don't, that's not my style. But I will say that the queen, what I'm saying, she does get the side eye. She's been attached to a lot of stuff that has affected a lot of people of color around the world, particularly Africans, Indians, and I guess Irish people. I didn't even realize that she had did the Irish wrong, but I'm learning that today. She comes from a long line of colonizers. Her crown was worth so much money. They don't even know the estimate. That's how many jewels were in her crown. And this lady was balling. And meanwhile, the people of, the UK had to pay taxes to sustain their lifestyle. I don't get it. I see they've already crowned Prince Charles the king now, so they're calling him King Charles now. So after all these years, he's finally the king. I don't know if the monarchy will ever officially die. I don't know if they'll ever get rid of it in jolly old England. It seems like most of the commoners there, they just, they're not into it. They don't care. Somebody said she also did the Scottish people bad and people from Barbados. Damn. I didn't even know that. Yeah, the Black and Irish are acting up. I gotta read up more on what she did to the Irish people. But yeah, they're not, and they said, and Scotland too. Okay. Yeah, so I think for a lot of people, they have mixed emotions, and let's also not act like she didn't live a long, fruitful life. So many of us could only hope to live to be 96 years old. Like, she lived a long life. Let's keep that real. So it's like, when people die when they're like in their 90s, it's sad, but it's not as sad as somebody dying at like 14 or, 30. Like, that's a long time. 96, you're damn near 100 years old. So she definitely lived a good life. She was rich. She didn't have to worry about anything. So, good on her, I guess. But yeah, it looks like a lot of people are definitely just they're on one side of the fence. Either you are a believer and a lover of the monarch, and you're just heartbroken, and you're taking this as bad as when Princess Diana died, or you're just like yeah, she was old, she lived a long life, or she was a colonizer, moving on. So those are like the sentiments I'm seeing on social media. I'm not seeing a whole lot of heavy mourning, but yeah, I just. It's just a lot. If you really know like their backstory and like, just the way that they came to be, rest in peace, Queen. I'm going to leave it at that. So let me see here. Let me read some of these comments. Y'all are a mess. Let's see here. Whoop, it's Nina says, YT knows they wrong, but you stay in the right. You're the only queen that can get my money other than Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. Stay great. We love you. I love you too. And thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you, sis. Compensatory. Compository. I don't know how to say that right. I'm sorry. 21st says, where can I find your deep dive videos? Because they're not on Spotify Unfiltered, or are those not Spotify videos? Thank you for the super chat. My deep dive videos are not on Spotify. You can only get them through the memberships. You have to be a YouTube member, a Patreon member, or a Discorder. Those are the only places where I post my deep dives, because my deep dives take me a long time. It's a lot of work. And I like to edit like I'm making a movie. So I have music, I have soundtracks, I use clips, and none of that is allowed on YouTube. So it doesn't make any sense for me to even attempt to upload them onto YouTube. So once you join, you'll have access to it. You might have to scroll down, go down, my post, because I post a lot on my private member page. So you might have to scroll down a bit, but you'll see all the links for the deep dives. There's about, I want to say we're up to maybe number 9. And all of my deep dives are an hour plus. Some of them are as long as 3 hours. So, I mean, literally, you can watch these deep dives for like the next 2 weeks, and you'll learn a lot. So that's where you find them. So thank you. Let me see here. TJ says, T, my people are from the Caribbeans. We only care about reparations. I feel you on that one. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. Let's see here. That Dab TV. What's up, Daniel? He says, what's up, T? I'm loving the lavender. I'm loving the new content. Super proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And once again, thank you so much for the sweatshirt. I got it. I just think it's so dope. I love the lion picture on the back of it. So thank you. Let's see here. Teresa says, let us see you going into true crime. I'm obsessed with the Netflix show Mindhunter. Much love from Australia. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for the super chat, and thanks for the support. I'm excited for, to be going down that angle as well, because, I've had my news channel for over 10 years. So it's cool to be able to like not just do like a short 5-minute news segment, but to like really dwell deeper into these stories. So thank you so much. Jasmine says, love you, T. Be more in the building. I know that's right. Be more, Baltimore. Now every time I think of Be More, I think of Krishan. She's like the biggest person now out of Be More, you know, with that accent. Thank you for the super chat, love. Natasha Elson 20 says, T, I can't wait for your crime videos. If they're anything like your deep dives, they're going to be good. Thanks for always bringing the tea with a good heart and honesty. Thank you so much, Natasha. Appreciate you, love. So I want to get on here and do an update on the whole 600 Breezy situation. It's a lot more coming out to this case, and it's really, really disturbing me, okay? First, let me say this, because I did the video on it yesterday. I don't know this man. I don't listen to his music. I don't follow him. I didn't know Raven, okay? This was a viral story because he posted it about his girlfriend dying. The only thing I know about Breezy or 600 Breezy is he's a BD, okay, which is a gang in Chicago, and he's beefing with NBA YoungBoy, and he's, you know, he beefed with T.I. at one point. I only know him for his fuckery, right? And then he has a baby by that girl, Queen Key. They got triplets together he doesn't claim. What else do I know about 600? That's about it. So when he posted this, I was like, I wasn't even so much tripping off of him per se. What really tugged at my heartstrings, y'all, was what was written. Okay? When I read what was written, and then I went to go look up exactly who Raven was, and I went on her Instagram page, and I'm seeing this beautiful black girl, you know, who's in the gym working out. Her body's on point. She looks like she has the quote unquote perfect life, right? Nobody's life is perfect, but y'all what I'm saying. She has that perfect Instagram life. And it really just made me sad, you know, because even reading her note, I've been there. Y'all know I've talked about my battles with depression, and I still suffer from depression. And when you suffer from depression, every day is a battle. Like literally every day is a battle to just wake up and want to, you know, figure out what you're going to do for the day, go to work. Like there's some days you can't even get out of bed because your mind is constantly racing. And sometimes you're almost like a slave to like a figment of your imagination. You know, there's not technically anything really wrong, but you just feel like there's something wrong, you know? So it's hard if you've never really dealt with that. So when I was reading her note, it really just struck a chord with me. Like, I'm like, I can see myself in her. I've been in that situation. I've been at a bridge and been ready to jump off. Like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? No lie, no cap, no looking for points and no shit like that. Like, that was me not even 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, it broke my heart because she just sounded like she was in despair. And then another thing that bothered me was, once again, this is a black woman being mistreated by the medical system. And if you guys have been on my channel, you guys know what I went through in 2020. I almost died in 2020. Remember when COVID first started, I was coughing really bad on camera. And everybody's like, oh my God, you need to get tested. You probably have COVID. I'm like, I don't have no fucking COVID, bitch. I ain't gonna put that on me. But I kept coughing and we didn't know why. And I had been going to doctors. I don't have to come on my stream and be like, oh, I went to the doctor today. I went to, you know what I'm saying? But I was going to doctors and I kept getting dismissed. They even diagnosed me with asthma, gave me a pump. And I'm like, can you guys run some tests? Can I get a CT scan? None of these doctors that I went to wanted to do any of that. So it wasn't until that last weekend that I almost died. I literally could not breathe. I'm talking to my mods. I just sound horrible on the phone. Like, I literally am like panting for breath. And I'm like, I just do not feel good. And so I remember I laid on the couch because I was scared to go to the emergency room. Because remember, this was around the time of C-19. And they're claiming that there's all these people in the emergency room and they're dying on the floor. And if it's not serious, don't show up. So that's why I didn't go right away. I was just going to regular doctors. And so when I woke up, this was Sunday morning, I felt horrible. So at that point, I was like, I'm just going to have to risk it and go down to the ER. And then I get down to the ER and they told me if I would have waited one more day on my couch, I would have been dead on my couch. My lungs were like full of blood clots and they were traveling. And, you know, it bothered me to this day. It still really fucks with me because I went to go get care. I didn't just sit on it. I didn't ignore it. I went to several doctors and none of them ran tests. Everybody just dismissed it. Oh, it's just asthma. Oh, it's just a cold. It was everything when all they had to do was just give me an MRI or a CT scan like I was asking for from jump. But once I went to the emergency room, I will give them props. They did it and they were able to find it and get me on the blood thinner medicine and all that stuff. So they really do not care about Black people, Black women in the medical establishment. I've had Black nurses even confirm this. They think that our pain is not the same. We can handle pain. If we're coming in saying that we're in pain, we're automatically seen as drug seekers. It's like a battle, and especially if you have a chronic illness where you need pain medicine, you literally have to tell them, bitch, I ain't been in the hospital in 2 years. You better pull up my chart and see the last time that y'all gave me morphine. That's literally how you have to talk to them. Because they will treat you like you're just some type of drug addict coming off the street. Like, you better look at my medical charts. I ain't even been in here in 2 years. You know what I mean? It's that bad now. And part of it, why is it that bad? Because you have people using stuff recreationally. But it's funny that once these white suburban moms were taking pills and, they're at home popping perks and Xannies and stuff like that. Now they need treatment and we need to handle pill poppers with a kitten glove. But the problem is those pill poppers have now affected people who actually need medicine, who actually need pain. And sometimes pain can be so bad it can drive you insane. It really can. So it really broke my heart when I was listening to her talk about her pain and how they were just dismissing her with like ibuprofen. And I've never had cysts or fibroids. I've had family members who have had it, but I've never experienced it, thank God. But I was reading some of y'all's comments yesterday, and like my heart was so heavy because I'm just like, wow, everybody's going through something. You never know what people are going through. There's people literally commenting like they feel like, they don't want to be here anymore. They were, S word a few weeks ago, or they've lost all their family members and it's just them. Like those comments yesterday, were just some of them were just very sad. And there were women on there also commenting about how they've had fibroids and cysts and that it was one of the worst pains they've ever felt in their life. And I didn't know it was that bad. I know it was painful, but I didn't know it was that bad. But there are people commenting that, saying that was like one of the worst pains. They're talking about endometriosis. I think that's how you say it. How that's like that might have been what Raven had. So the whole thing was just very sad to see this young girl who's healthy, who's actually taking care of herself. She's not just, on the couch eating Cheetos every day. She's actually working out and trying to stay healthy. And she's going through this and she's being dismissed. Okay. So my heart just definitely went out to her. So for me, the video was more about Raven and talking to people who deal with, depression and S thoughts. It wasn't so much about 600 Breezy or his baby's mama. I don't really care about their drama one way or another. My heart goes out to this young girl who wasn't, I don't even think 30 yet, who felt like she had no other recourse. But now more information is coming out about this situation, and I don't even know what to think at this point. I don't know if this man is clout chasing, because if you guys heard me read that letter, what I had assumed happened is that basically she sent him that message and then she jumped off of a bridge, right? And then they found her body in the water a few days later. That's how it came off to me. But now her cousin is coming out and her cousin is blasting him. And it's very strange. The whole thing is very, very strange. Let me, where's it at here? Okay, here it is. Let me share my screen with you guys. So this is Raven's cousin that's come out. Her name is Beezus. And she says, I'm calling bullshit to this and I'm ready to go on record. What's the date of these bullshit text messages? This mother effer is trying to come up off my cousin's death. Why is the date important? Because her mother just caught the cops in Alabama this morning for a wellness check. Okay. And that morning would have been the 6th, because today's the 8th. So this would have been the 6th. And then somebody else says you can't force somebody to get help. All you can do is nudge them. But then again, you can't force folks to get help. The date doesn't matter if she's been feeling that way. She replies back, the date does matter. She was discovered on September 6th. She had been deceased for a few days. No one had heard from her since August 31st. Dead women can't text. So you telling me he already had these texts and never alerted anyone to go to her apartment? Then somebody wrote in here, nigga, y'all wasn't even together anymore. And then she says they weren't together. I'm her family, first cousin to be exact. We've asked him to take that down. He has refused. Where was he when my cousin was hurting? So this is really disturbing. It's really disturbing. I've seen everything on the internet from people saying that he killed this girl, allegedly. Okay, this is what people were saying, to people saying that he's doing this for clout, and that either had to be a message that either he wrote or she sent this maybe days or weeks ago. And if she sent this prior, why had he not alerted the police? Because I would think if this was my girl and the way he's proclaiming that he loves her, because like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. I didn't follow these two. These two were not my couple goals. I don't know them. So for me, just on the outside looking in, I assumed that that was his girlfriend. So if he got that message from her, I assume that he was the one who called the police and said, look, my girlfriend just sent me this. I think she harmed herself. We got to go hunt for her. I want every bridge in the state of, I don't know where she was at, Alabama. I want every bridge checked for her body. But the cousin is saying that that's not what happened, that they hadn't heard from her since August 31st. So they went to go do a wellness check on September 6th and they found her dead at home. That is very strange. So to me, not only is that disturbing that this girl has been dead at her house for such a long time and nobody knew, no, you know, of course people started getting worried after about a week. But if that was your girl, like I'm assuming when you're in a relationship with somebody, because he's acting like that's his girlfriend, like they were together, do you not talk to your boyfriend and girlfriend every day? I'm just saying, like when I had a boyfriend, I'd talk to him every day. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we talk probably 4 or 5 times a day. So that's just strange. Like, do you not talk to your girlfriend every day? I can see the family not talking to her every day because you're not going to talk to your family every day. But usually the person that you're with, you're going to talk to them frequently. So did he write this note? Like, I'm confused. I don't want to think that he wrote it because the way he writes and the way he speaks, and when I read the messages, I've told y'all this before on Discord, I can hear people's voices and energy through messages like emails, text messages. If you're very spiritually sensitive, you can hear people talking to you. That's how you can tell when like you can hear male voices, female voices. Even if I've never spoken to that person in real life, I can hear them through the emails. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but I just can. When I read that, I heard her voice. Like I heard a female's voice. I didn't get his vibe in those messages that were screenshotted. Okay. Now the message that he wrote on Instagram, I heard his voice. So it's very weird. I don't get it. I don't see him writing that. But if he had that, when was it sent? And why did you not call the police? Like, I think what her cousin is saying is very fair. It's very fair to ask those questions because it does not make sense to me. Because though, I mean, she was saying a lot of really serious stuff and you can tell she was very much hurting. If somebody sent me a dissertation like that, and once I got done reading it, the next thing I'm about to do is start calling the family, calling her mama, calling her siblings, calling the police. I mean, she literally said, I'm looking over the bridge and all I see is homeless people down there. So to me, I took it as she jumped off the bridge and, you know, they found her a day or two later and he's posting it. Like, yeah, I know social media is a whole different entity with the clout chasing and the attention seeking. But if he had these messages and he decided to post them, and it really had nothing to do with her death per se, like right in this moment, that is weird as hell to me. That is strange. Like if this was tied to her death, I could understand it because I think people sometimes, we hear so much about the S word and people being depressed and things happening. when you get inundated with it so much, you start to become desensitized to it, right? It just is, oh, another teenager who off themselves. Oh, another person, who just couldn't take it in life. You start to kind of dismiss it. But when you're hearing somebody's thoughts and you're hearing their cries and you're hearing their despair, that really wakes you up. Those notes really show you the humanity in people and the struggles that people really deal with, and how people have to wear multiple faces, where they have to be happy in public and act like they're, living their best life for all these people who really don't matter. But once the computer is closed and the phones are shut off, and now it's just you and your environment, and you're having to look in the mirror and deal with the real you, are you able to cope? Like, those messages really showed her humanity. So if that is not tied to what happened in this situation with her death, that is weird as fuck, my guy. That is weird that you would post that, and that wasn't even what was tied to her death. It's just really weird. The attention seeking. Because what the cousin is saying is making sense. Because reading the note and reading what he wrote on social media, the vibe that everyone got, including myself, is that she had just sent him this message between the 5th and the 6th. Well, no, between the 4th and the 5th, right? Like over the weekend, right? Because he posted it that Friday. So I assume that when he posted it that Friday, she must have, jumped a few days before this, like maybe that Wednesday or Thursday, and they found her. And that was the confirmation. So that's why he posted on social media. But now they're saying that she's been missing. They did a wellness check. They had to call, the family called the police. This is not good. I've been hearing the word sacrifice too, Caitlin. I done heard that too. Was she? Who knows? Because like I said, up until now, I never heard nothing about him. Besides his drama, I don't know none of his music. I couldn't tell you anything he raps. But now he's garnered national attention with this story. This is a national story now. So I don't know. Let me read some of these comments here. Let's see. Stop the Cat sent 1999 says, hey T, I've been a true crime fan for as long as I can remember. A lot of stories people are covering I researched years ago. I'd love to be able to be a writer for you or give you stories not talked about. Oh, send me an email, Stop the Cat. I would love that, because it's a lot of research. It's a lot of work. I've hired a few people to help out, what I'm saying? So send me an email, what I'm saying? I'm always looking for other stories and other things I can hit on. So thank you so much. Let's see here. Luther's Boy sent $99.99. Thank you so much, Luther's Boy. He says, hey T, just want to congratulate you on your new true crime Tea Time channel. I love this. Your jingles are always on point. Keep up the best content on the net. Love you. Thank you so much. Yes, my friend Ty, he made the beat. Because I was like, I want a jingle. I want it a lot darker. So I had him make the beat, and he did that. And then the girl who sings the song, we went over the lyrics, the how I wanted it to flow, the name of the thing. So I'm very much involved in the process. And it takes a lot of different people to bring it together. So she always just does an awesome job. I love her voice, and she kills it every single time. So her voice, along with the beat, it just it sets the tone. And then the edits, it just all came out really good. So thank you so much, Luther's Boy. I'm glad you like it. Let's see here. Asher 1028 sent $49.99. Thank you so much, Asher. Appreciate you. They say over 5,000 people in here. Hit the like. I love the true crime video. Thank you so much. Yes, you guys, please hit the like button. It is free. Hit the like button. So thank you. Let's see here. NN sent $4.99 says, yes, us Africans have been sad-eyeing the queen for years. I hope the series, The Crown, will finally do a new season. I haven't gotten into The Crown, but I want to watch it. I heard it's pretty good. I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. But I am watching the new Game of Thrones. I'm trying to be patient with House of Dragons. This third episode was really good. I'm liking, the fact that he went on that S mission, and he I'm saying, damn, I don't want to spoil it for you who ain't watched it yet. But I am into the new, Damien, is that his name? I'm liking it, but I don't like how fast they're moving. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying, pick the friend as your queen, and then 2 years later, y'all got a baby. I'm like, well, where's the wedding? We've been spoiled with Game of Thrones. We need a red wedding. We need a Joffrey style wedding. I'm like, how you just choose her? Ain't no wedding, and then she has a 2-year-old. I don't like how fast they're moving, but I'm gonna keep watching House of Dragons. I'm definitely feeling it. I'm gonna keep watching. I don't like them skipping the years though. I need all the tea. We've been spoiled. I need all my House of Dragons tea, but so far so good. But I might have to start watching The Crown. I might have to start doing that. Let's see here. Queenie sent $13.99, says, T, I've been watching you since high school. I'm 28, watching from Ottawa, Canada. I'm from Abidjan, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivory. Ivory Coast, yep. Love you, and thanks for your hard work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you for coming through, and thank you for the support. Let's see here. Dante sent $4.99, says, hey, T, sending you love and blessings from Memphis. Very excited for the true crime videos. So proud of your evolution. P.S. When is the next event? Man, I do not know. People keep asking when's the next event. I don't know. We're still working on the edits from the last event. The editing process, child, has been a mess, but it's coming together finally. Thank you, Lord Jesus. But I don't know. I do want to do another event. It's a lot to put these events together, but I have some things, in the works, but I'll definitely keep y'all posted. So thank you. Fitness and Foolishness. I like that name. Says the queen isn't dead. Her vessel expired. She probably jumped into Meghan Markle. I can't stand y'all. Look, not what's that show? The movie Skeleton Key. Remember with Papa Justified? When he jumped into the old slave ghost and he jumped into the white children? That is my movie, The Skeleton Key. Please don't tell me she done pulled a Skeleton Key move, honey. He said she done jumped into Meghan Markle. Ooh, that'd be some shit. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Tasia Jones says, I love Raven's Instagram. She was always dancing and joking. Yeah, she seemed like a really fun person. She really did. Thank you for the super chat. Wendy Antonique sent $35 in Zara money. Says, this is my first super chat. Your lives and videos get me through every time I write up my master's paper. Stay beautiful, T. An OG South African tea sipper. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything that you're studying in school. Thank you for taking time out to just come and be here. So I appreciate you for that. Let's see here. Daniel Rain says, hey, Auntie, I love the green room. I wish I was there to tell you about the algorithm, how the algorithm treats Black and dark-skinned Latino cosplayers. Love from Charlotte. Oh, wow. Now, I heard that there is some like low-key racism in the cos community. It's like people get upset, especially when Black people are like, dressing up as white characters. It's like they feel away, like, you can't be a Black Luke Skywalker. Who do you think you are? But the problem is there's not a lot of us as Black superheroes and characters. Thank God for Black Panther, honey. Before Black Panther, there wasn't a whole lot. So that is why Black folks just chose a character and ran with it. But yeah, I've heard about there being some racism in cosplay. But I think a lot of people did not know about the soap dispenser and the water thing, like when you go to wash your hands. And people are really surprised about that, but it's really a thing, and I didn't know it until I started researching. And I'm like, now it makes sense. Like there's been times, especially at the Mall of America, there's been times where I've literally hopped from sink to sink to sink. Just embarrassing. Like, okay, just work for this person. Let me run over there. And then I put my hands under there and it's like, no, bitch. You can't get any of this water to wash your hands. It's like, what the hell did I do? Then you gotta like keep trying it and move up real close and hope it can scan the white part of your hand. It's just weird. It's weird, man. Things, I don't know, man. They have an issue with brown skin. Hopefully they'll start getting fixed. And I think the more you talk about things like this, and you kind of make a big deal about it, they'll do that. They'll start fixing it, because there's no reason why I can't wash my hands in peace. Literally, I always go to at least 2 sinks. Like it's very rare that I'm able to just go to one sink, get soap, and then wash my hands. I'm always like, okay, I got the soap. Yay. Okay, now the water. No. Okay, let's try over here. Yay. Oh, no. All right, let's go over here. It's like hot potatoes sometimes. Yes. Candy says the soap dispenser. Yes. There's research that a lot of times, because there's like a AI, there's a scanner when you go to do the automatic soap dispensers or the automatic water. And so what they found out is that sometimes it does not recognize darker skin tones. So a lot of times dark skinned people are having to like play hot potato with the soap dispenser. You're having to put your hand in and out, in and out. And, or like even the water when you go to wash your hands. And they notice like if it's lighter skin tones or white skin tones, it flows better. They'll get the soap right away. They'll wash their hands right away. Even the napkins too. Sometimes you got to wave that napkin, your hand over the little sensor constantly. Like I never get napkins like on the first try, so it's a real thing. Yeah. Sometimes you got to kind of do a lot and you wouldn't notice it. Because like I said, it's not, if you're lighter or you're, if you're not dark skinned, you're not going to really notice it. I've always noticed it, but I never put two and two together until I started researching, the scanners and the algorithms and things like that. And these are one of the issues that were brought up. And I'm like, damn, that makes sense. It really does. Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, it's nothing to, look, somebody said they thought it was just broken. No, honey, your hands are just colored Tootsie Rolls and it doesn't recognize it. It don't recognize these brownies. So yeah, it's interesting, hopefully, like I said, with more conversations like this, hopefully we'll get fixed. But yeah, I used to think that too. And then you'll be like, damn, well, maybe it's broken. You just be wiping your hands on your jeans. And then a white person will come and be like, yeah, and their napkin comes right out. I'm like, hold up, I was just over there for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and it was not doing it. So yeah, it's crazy, but it happens all the time. I've experienced it all the time, but I just thought it was me until I started reading that article. And I'm like, what? Now it makes sense. Eureka. It's crazy. It is crazy. Let's see here. Brooke Portly sent 10 says it's true. I had a dislocated hip and it was dismissed as a bruise. I couldn't walk for 2 months. I started having lower back issues, and my chiropractor took one look while I laid there and knew I did. Wow. Yeah, it's at this point when it comes to like medical stuff, please go and get a first, second, third opinion. If you can, go to the ER. Because a lot of times the ER will have everything you need, scans, all that stuff. Because this is the point now, I don't trust a lot of the doctors after what I went through. So if I'm to the point where I just do not feel good and I'm trying to do everything I can at home to feel better, I just go straight to the ER. I don't want to go to the doctor for me to be waiting there for an hour, for them to be like, oh, it's just a cold or just some mess like that. And it's to the point now, even with my kids, I end up taking them to the ER because then they can just get whatever scans, whatever blood drawn, whatever they need done all in one shot. Because, they're silent killers that really affect us. And when we get dismissed, we end up dying from them. Perfect example, blood clots, pulmonary embolisms. Those are silent killers. You're thinking that you just have a pain in your leg and you're going to the doctor and they're dismissing it like, oh, just take some ibuprofen. You probably just were walking, you probably were dancing too hard this weekend. And really it's a PE that's accumulating in your leg. And if that PE breaks off, you can have a stroke. You can have a heart attack. So, when you notice something is different, nobody knows your body better than you. So when you feel like something's not the same, go and get a first, second, third opinion, or just go straight to the ER. Because it's just the point we have to. It's very scary. Let's see here. Miss Scully B. Hey, sis. She says, thank you for speaking on the disparities. T, people really don't understand the struggle. Yeah, it is the truth. And that's the thing. You have to be your own advocate. Do not let people shame you or make you feel like you're crazy. Because again, if something happens to you and you die, the world is just going to move on. So you have to fight for yourself. You have to fight for your own voice. Let's see here. Aaron J. Senpai says, love you, T. Queen Key was talking about 600 is a cloud chaser, when in reality, she's the real cloud chaser. Her post was extremely unnecessary. Yeah, their back and forth is just really tumultuous and disgusting. He ended up replying back to what she had wrote, and I was really shocked at his response. Even if he don't think that those triplets are his response was just really, it was really disturbing. Let me see if do I have it up here? Oh yeah, I do. Let me show y'all his response to what she said.
And fuck them kids. On me, fuck them triplets. On me, that bitch started that rumor because I ain't want her. I ain't want her with them kids. She running around talking about some gay shit. Bitch, fuck you. Be a single parent. I don't give a fuck if I am or ain't the dead bitch.
Now, what's really disturbing with that is if that is his response to a woman who could be his potential baby's mother, like I guess I'm just not invested in these two people. I don't know anything about them. I don't care. I think the babies are cute though. You know, I love babies. I think it's dope that she had triplets. You know, you never see that. So I just don't understand the hatred for the kids. Like the kids did nothing wrong. Why is it F these 3 innocent children? And if you're not the father, then just so be it. You're not the father. So it makes me think, like, if you can talk about that, if you can talk that way about children, how were you talking to Raven when y'all got into it or when y'all would have issues? Because I was seeing even comments on Twitter, and I was taking screenshots just for my own edification. And I was seeing people saying that he was a cause of a lot of stress for her, and that supposedly maybe she had miscarried and she felt the way because she couldn't have kids or something, and that he was cheating on her. I don't know how true all this is. I was just seeing stuff on Twitter, you know, so I don't know. But I was just shocked that he came at those triplets like that. It's one thing he wants to come at the mother, but to say F the kids, I mean, those babies did nothing. They didn't ask to be here, you know, so it's just really sad. And I don't understand, like, how come nobody has taken a not child support test. What is it called? A paternity test. I said a child support test, Eddie. Like, why is there no DNA test taken on these triplets? I guess, what is the problem? They're about 3. What is the point of them going back and forth? Take him to court. I think legally they can force him to take a DNA test. And if he's not the father, he's not the father. But I'm assuming like this paternity test situation, for it to be going on this long and it hasn't been taken, do they both like the drama? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, a child support test. A lot of y'all would fail. Yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. I'm starting to feel like they both like the drama, you know, because she's using it as a way to, like, you know, spur her YouTube, because she has like a YouTube channel with her kids. So maybe it's just, you know, drama to keep, you know, her YouTube channel in the light. I don't know. Because I just don't understand, like, what is the problem with just getting a DNA test, and then that way you can sleep better at night knowing that you didn't father these 3 children. I mean, it would just make the most sense to me. But then again, you know what I'm saying? That's too much like right. Oh my God, I've been out here for already 47 minutes, child. Okay, hold on now. Let me read a few more of these chats. Diddy Watson Senpai says, doctors do not care about Black people. My mom has been in the hospital for a month and almost died. My aunt, who's a nurse, even said that they dropped the ball. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope your mom starts getting better. But if it's that bad and they're dropping the ball, you may need to move her to another hospital. You know, like, the healthcare system is getting bad. And part of it, yes, there's a shortage. I don't want to knock, because we have a lot of just amazing doctors, amazing nurses out here who, you know, who bust their back and who really care about their patients. So I'm not talking to like the good doctors, the good nurses out here, but you do have some hospitals, they don't care. You do have like some doctors and nurses, they don't care. They're just going through the motions. For them, it's just a check. And so if you're feeling that way, you might have to possibly move her to another hospital rather than keeping her there and risking her, you know, at the hands of these people, because that's very scary. Okay, all I'm seeing is trucks in my chat. Agent Matt must be in the house. Hold up. All I see is trucks. Let me see here. Agent Matt says, what's trucking? I've been missing your lives lately, but we back looking good. Thank you so much, Agent Matt. Appreciate you. Glad to see you back. The chat must have missed you too, because all I see is trucks. Y'all are a mess. So let me go ahead. I want to get on to the next topic here. Now, Aries Spears. Now, y'all remember this whole situation. I talked about this the other day. Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. Now, let me go ahead and say this because, you know, there was a comment to me that was kind of bothersome and I didn't like it. It's very easy for people, you know, you're not the one giving the commentary, right? So you can be very accusatory in the chat, in the comment section. That is fine. Nobody knows who user Kiss1946 hashtag Apple Martini is. They're not going to come after you and sue you, okay? With me, because I am a personality, I'm the one delivering the news, I still have to be fair to all parties involved. So people saying, you need to call them a pedophile and call them what it is. I will do no such thing, because if I get sued, you going to cut the check? You going to pay for my lawyer fee if it comes out that that's not what happened? You know, I don't like that. You have to be, I'm always going to be unbiased and report news. I called them out. The video was very, very distasteful. But reading through the entire thing, okay, they did not say that Aries or Tiffany or anybody, I just hate the fact I'm so censored, sexually, actually, you know what I'm saying, touched them, penetrated, any of that. You can't just make up stuff because you're bored. Like, I don't understand this whole social media. I'm just going to pour sauce on shit and make it worse than what it is. The video by itself is bad. The fact that they thought that was okay to even film that and to even write that script is bad enough. You don't have to pour extra sauce on it and act like, you know, like they physically had sex with these children. Like, I was kind of thrown off by like some of the comments. It's like, did you even listen to what I read? I literally read the whole indictment. Okay. At the end of the day, they're saying that it's a shakedown. Could it be a possibility? It could be. But either way, shakedown or not, the video is disturbing. I don't understand why. Like, I guess I'm trying to say, and it's not just Tiffany and it's not just Aries, because you've had white comedians, and I spoke about this in the video. You've had The Rock. I don't understand when molestation and pedophilia became funny, became a punchline. That molestation robot skit on SNL was in such poor taste. I don't even understand who thought that'd be funny enough to push that through. It's very disturbing because, again, if you speak about Black Matters on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, they love to censor you. They push you down in the algorithm. They do all types of stuff to not let your voice be heard. But somebody with a national platform like SNL can make a skit about a child molesting robot. That is disgusting and depraved. So now you have Tiffany and Aries being involved in this skit. I didn't find the skit funny. You know, I watched the whole thing. I didn't like the angles in which it was shot. Certain parts of how, you know, they were filming the little boy. You know, like when you do videography, you know when you're zooming in a certain way. When you film downward, you're showing dominance. It was a lot of little things with the filming that I was not feeling. On top of that, what bothered me is when the skit first started, it was supposed to be the pedo uncle, right? That's peeping the little boy. So he's looking through the newspaper. He's looking at him kind of lustfully. I don't see how this is funny, but I'm just describing to y'all the video. What was more disturbing was the ending. At the end, the little boy then picks up the newspaper and he starts looking at the so-called uncle lustfully. And when you look through the boy's vision, now Aries Spears is sitting at the table naked in some drawers. So to me, how is that funny? So now you're almost making it where you're excusing and saying that children can now look at adults in a sexual manner too, so it's not a big deal because they find adults just as attractive as adults find children. That is how it played out to me. So again, just the video itself was disturbing. I don't have to add sauce and act like Aries, you know what I'm saying, anally did something to the child. Like, some of y'all are just weird. Like, you don't have to add sauce to the story, okay? So Aries is now speaking out. Tiffany Haddish also spoke out. I do believe that there's more to the story, though. It was in horrible taste, but something about the situation is very strange to me as well. One, the mother. You weren't raised with Tiffany Haddish. This wasn't nobody that you knew from back in the day. And even if you did, who gives a shit? Why are you letting your minor children just fool la la and skip down the yellow brick road with Tiffany Haddish or anybody? And that's what I say all the time, that so many people get enamored by fame. You don't know these people. Just because you see them on television, you don't know them. When your kids are up for a role, because I used to work on set. So one day we were doing, what was the show? It was one of like, maybe it was Grey's Anatomy. So in that episode, we had a lot of children on set that day, right? It was all these kids on set. Some of them were background actors. One of the boys was one of the main actors. It was a Saturday. And one thing I noticed, all of the kids legally had to have a parent there all day or a legal guardian. Because me and one of the moms, she was a black woman, and we were talking, and I was like, so are you going to be here the whole time? She's like, yeah, we had to stay here the whole time. She had a book with her because it was like an 8-hour shoot. So she had a book with her. They had to have certain times that the kids got a chance to stop and go eat. And even when the kids went to go eat, they ate in a separate area. They didn't have us adults, eating with the kids. The parents were there, and then we ate at one table. They were there with their parents. So things are very structured now on set. So I am confused as to how you let your children go. You didn't read the script. You didn't say, well, how long is this shoot going to be? Can I be there? And if I can't be there, there needs to be another adult there. You don't just let your kids go off and just go shoot whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then you send the minor daughter. She's not an adult, and she's not going to challenge an adult. So when they told her, well, you can't come in here, we don't want you here when we shoot him, of course she's going to comply because she's a child. So something with this is not right. And then when the video first appeared in 2018 on Funny or Die, after they told you, oh, we have to edit it. Oh, your son was acting up. He was acting a fool. I don't know if we're going to use the video. They had all these excuses. Then when the video appeared on the internet, and as distasteful as it was, why was the police not called in 2018? She waited until 2020 to call the police. And then once the police were like, okay, what do you want us to do with this? Like, yeah, it's in poor taste, but were they sexually touched? No. Okay. You let them film these kids in 2014. So when it hit Funny or Die, why did you not say anything back then? No answer. So I can see where it does look like a shakedown. It doesn't excuse anything that Aries or Tiffany did, but I can see how now they can run with that because she didn't do the right steps. Your job as a parent at the end of the day is to not be friends with Tiffany damn Haddish. Your job as a parent is to protect your children, period. So let me go ahead and tell you guys what Tiffany had to say here. This was her response. And then supposedly Jason Lee has some type of tea on the family, and he said he's about to expose the John and Jane Doe. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like, one, the John Doe, I believe he's still a minor. He's about 17. If these two are the victims of it, victims should not be getting exposed. The parent, she's an adult. But I don't know how I feel about that. But again, he hasn't done it yet, so I don't want to speak on it. So this is what Tiffany Haddish had to say. She says, pull out y'all's tiny violins, honey. She goes, I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there's an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. So that is what she had to say. Now let me show you guys what Mr. Aries had to say.
This is an extortion case. This is a shakedown. And I didn't need my lawyer to tell me this, to say this, but, I'm going to echo her words. We won't be shaken down. And believe me, it's bothering me not to talk about the skit. Because Annie and I have been talking about it. And there's some very valid things I feel like I have to say or want to say, but just can't at this time. And I'm no coward. I'm not running from anything, and I'm not guilty of anything. It's the reason why I won't turn my mentions off on my Instagram. It's the reason why, I'm not deleting any of my old posts. And I would love to address it head on. Tony Montana, Scarface, balcony scene, shooting 1,000 Colombians. But I can't. I just can't, and it's paining me to do so because I'm a fighter. I'm not a runner, and my character's being assassinated. Again, I want to address the skit especially, but I just can't. I will say this though to the loyal listeners: if you remember back when that Arnold Schwarzenegger skit that we did. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the system, fucker. Get back, system, try to fuck back. You guys didn't know it at the time, and I couldn't say it at the time, but that's what this is about. That's what this is about. It's a shakedown and extortion.
All right, child. Anyways, let me come back on the screen. So that is what Aries Spears had to say. He's saying it's a shakedown. And like I said, I can possibly see it being that just because of the mother's moves, and it's very strange how many times that they've gone to court. But shakedown or not, it does not negate this. It does not negate what they did. It's not okay. And I don't know if Aries has children. I don't know his personal life. I know Tiffany Haddish doesn't have any children. And sometimes when people don't have kids, they don't look at things with common sense. Right? Because you're not a parent, so you don't. So they're not as sensitive towards children, right? Not everybody, just some. So maybe that could have been the case, but I just don't understand like how they thought this was funny and putting that boy in that situation, and then the fact that you would have him in his underwear in front of the internet, in front of the internet. You might as well say in front of millions of people, because at one point in time, Funny or Die was just as big as YouTube back in the day. A lot of people watch Funny or Die. A lot of people went to that website. It's no longer, I don't think it's even in existence. But I love how they try to, backtrack and, keep themselves out of it. Oh, as soon as we seen it, we took it down. Bullshit. Funny or Die was very, very, they like to push the envelope, but I think at the end of the day, they made a mistake and they deserve to be drugged for it. And I think there has to be some type of resolution to this, because that child was embarrassed. That child is going to be forever on the internet. Even if they delete it, the video's out there. But this is why, once again, as parents, I always say that it is our job as parents to be protectors of our children. Nobody else. You have to protect your own kids. So you have to really think twice about who you leave your kids with. And especially in this industry, there's so many things that come out, later on in life about how this person was treated behind the scenes. I mean, just even looking at the Jeanette McGurdy situation, I was one of those kids, and I'm sure a lot of y'all were. I wanted to be on Nickelodeon so bad. I'm funny. Hell, I'm funny now on YouTube. So imagine how I was when I was younger. It's a pretty funny kid. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be on, Teen Nick. I wanted to be on, all that. That was my show. You know what I'm saying? I want to be on Are You Afraid of the Dark? I love scary stories. So when I look at this and I see people like Orlando Brown and Jeanette McGurdy and Amanda Bynes and all of these people who basically sacrificed their childhoods, because they didn't have a normal childhood because they wanted to entertain us. And then to find out that everything that they were going through was not what it was cracked up to be. So now I thank God that I wasn't in that position and that, I didn't get that audition. Not that I went to any auditions as kids, but I'm just saying, maybe that was a blessing that we didn't end up in those situations, because I couldn't even imagine, like, at this point, Jeanette, is it McCurdy? I don't know why I was called McGurdy. I'm sorry, McCurdy. I don't know why I was called McGurdy. I think I know somebody whose last name is McGurdy. But there was even a excerpt in her book, and she's on the Red Table Talk talking about this with Jada Pinkett. Let me see if I can just play a small snippet of it. And I thought this was so disturbing.
This is an email that my mom sent me. Dear Net, I am so disappointed in you. You used to be my perfect little angel, but now you are nothing more than a little, all caps, slut, a floozy, all used up. And to think, you wasted it on that hideous ogre of a man. I saw the pictures on a website called TMZ. I saw you rubbing his disgusting hairy stomach. I knew you were lying about Colton. I had told her I was with a friend, Colton. Add that to the list of things you are. Liar, conniving, evil. You look pudgier too. It's clear you're eating your guilt. Thinking of you with this ding-dong inside of you makes me sick. Sick. I raised you better than this.
Okay, I don't want to play the whole thing just because, child. Copyright. The mother said, thinking of you with his ding-dong inside of you. Bitch, you sound like a scorned lover right now. Why does the mother act like she was sleeping with her daughter and she has dominion over her child's body? Like, that is insane. But there's really mothers out here like this. Like, who talks to their child like that? Who's mad because their child is in a relationship with somebody? That's what you should want for your child. And then at the end of the story, the mom tells her, oh, the refrigerator's broken, send us some money. So basically just pimped her daughter out and just used her as a commodity. So I think there's going to be even more stories like this coming out in the future once these people are ready to talk. I mean, you have a lot of people talking about their experience at Nickelodeon and at Disney, but imagine all the kids who didn't make it, whose parents sent them to auditions and were willing to do anything and willing to pimp out their kids in hope that their kids would be on Nickelodeon or Disney. Because remember, the mother in the story with Tiffany Haddish said that she was allowing her kids to go because Tiffany Haddish promised that she could get them on Nickelodeon. So imagine how many other people have made those promises to these starstruck, thirsty parents who want to live vicariously through their children. Only to find out that no, your child didn't go, to an audition at Nickelodeon Studios. Your child was basically abused in the back of that person's car. So yeah, Jeanette's mom is a piece of work, boy. It's sad. Somebody said there's a protest where? I don't believe in a normal childhood. It's just your childhood is good or bad. Honestly, you're working, whether it's school or entertainment. KB dot. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Lady Dark Art Sin 20 says House of Dragons is good. The time jumps is setting the scene for the battles between the two sides for the crown. Okay. Like I said, I'm trying to be patient. That last battle was really good. That guy, that weird crab guy, he was so creepy. But that last battle was really good. So I'm being patient. I definitely am. So thank you for the super chat. Stephen Burnett sent $17.99. He says, hey, True Queen, this is one of the UK brothers from the event ATL. I'm trying to get you to the UK for I'm trying to get out of the UK from this 9 days of mourning, but we welcome you to take Lizzie's throne as we love you. Thank you so much. It's so good hearing from you guys. Those was one of the guys. He came with his brother. He came to the Lovelyti podcast event. He flew all the way from the UK. So it's really good to hear from you all. I heard they're about to make y'all mourn, honey, for 9 days straight. I guess. Must be nice to be the queen. So thank you for coming through. Appreciate you, Stephen. Let's see here. Sister Slayage says, I'm here in Memphis and it's such a demonic cloud over the city. There's an active shooter at the local IRS building. My city's under attack. Hold up, right now? We haven't even got to the one that was active shooting yesterday. Now, y'all know Emily's from Memphis. So me and her were talking last night because I was so worried because she's out there. And I'm like, there's some crazed black man just running around shooting people. I don't know if y'all saw his footage. he was literally like on Facebook Live. I don't want to play it. It's on my Instagram. I don't want to play it on YouTube. But he was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm out here. I'm getting these people. Da da da. And he's just literally on live with his gun out the window, just pop, 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 pop. Man ended up killing like 6 people last night. So y'all are having an active shooter right now. Let me look. Let me Google Memphis. This too much. As soon as I put in Memphis, it said shooting. Oh my, this was an hour ago. What in the, look, let me share my, as soon as I put in Memphis, it automatically populated shooting. It has this guy I'm about to talk about. So this was an hour ago at the IRS building. Heavy police presence at the IRS building in Memphis. Be advised that we're experiencing several calls regarding various activities that are reporting occurring within the city of Memphis. Officers are responding to every call. However, no incident has occurred that would cause harm to the public. Okay, let's see. Ain't no audio?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Richard Branson with ABC 24. We want to keep you on top of an active police investigation that's going on right now. We had a live picture there for you. We'll get it to you shortly. What you were looking at there was the IRS building on Getwell in Southeast Memphis. It is a massive facility that employs, at last count, almost 3,000 people. And you saw there several police cars, and there are many more that we can't even show you in that picture there. But we know that there is a huge police.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely something going on in Memphis. Y'all are dealing with some type of crazy spirit out there. Let me see if I have the video. Hold up. Okay, this was from yesterday, the Memphis shooting.
Residents there on edge, as you may imagine. They were on lockdown for hours. 3 people were killed in what's being called a mobile mass shooting. A 4th victim is linked to the same suspect less than 24 hours earlier. I want to say good morning to Chris Sadeghi, who is following the story from our newsroom. And Chris, a lot of new information overnight.
Yes, Mark, and there's going to be a lot to sort through for police in Memphis today as we await the identities of the victims in 8 different crime scenes after a man went on a shooting spree that left 4 people dead and 3 injured. This is our first look at the new mugshot of 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly. He was finally arrested last night around 9 o'clock after police spent the entire day looking for him. But overnight, we got some more information about the timeline of the events. Police say everything started shortly after midnight Wednesday morning with the first killing. After an arrest warrant was issued in that death, they say Kelly went on his rampage. 7 shootings and a carjacking. He's accused of killing a woman and taking her SUV before leaving that vehicle behind and carjacking a Dodge Challenger, all while recording much of what he was doing on Facebook. As this terror was unfolding in the city, buildings were locked down and the public bus service was suspended. Kelly was eventually arrested after crashing in a high-speed chase with officers. Take a listen to this man who said he came across one of the victims.
He was bleeding from this area, pretty bad. And the police came and they told us that we had to leave. But, at first we thought it was like he was trying to rob him or something. But then we found out that this guy was just shooting randomly.
Through the shock and the horror of it all, we learned Kelly was sentenced to 3 years in prison back in April of 2021 for an attempted murder that happened in February 2020 when he was just 17 years old. However, he was released from prison in March of this year, and that drew the ire of Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland, who defended police but pointed the finger at the judicial system. Kara, back to you.
All right, so y'all just watched that. Give me just a second here.
The Queen has passed away. The Queen died peacefully.
Okay. What's disturbing about this guy? His name is Ezekiel Kelly, the one that went on the rampage yesterday. It was found out that he had already been arrested back in 2020 for attempted murder, and then he got out. So there was another video of this man talking about it. Wanted to share, so let me play this video for y'all real quick.
Ezekiel Kelly was charged with criminal attempted first-degree murder, but pled guilty in April of 2021 to the lesser charge of aggravated assault. He was sentenced to 3 years, but only served 11 months in prison and was released on March 16, 2022, less than 6 months ago.
All right, so y'all just heard that. So they're basically saying that this man had already been charged. He was ready, you know, he has a long criminal record. I think he was arrested for the first time at the age of 11. So it seems like there's a lot of mental illness, a lot of issues going on with him. But this is really disturbing that you can't even be out pumping gas. If you guys remember, this happened years ago. It was with the DC sniper, how people were out there on the East Coast. They were scared. This went on for like maybe 2-3 weeks. And they were just out shooting people randomly and killing people while they were getting gas. That's what it reminded me of yesterday. Like that was just, it was some people in Memphis that were like just really, really scared, you know, as you should be, because he's live. He's just driving around. He's just shooting aimlessly. And he killed about 6 people from what I heard. So it's just really disturbing. It makes no sense. Let's see here. Angela says, T, I believe the same holds true for casinos, black hands equal minimal big wins. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I did not know that at all. Thank you for the super chat, love. Young Kobe sent 10. What's up, Young Kobe? He says the queen was a few years away from doodling on herself. Let that girl go in peace. Oh my gosh. Y'all are a mess. Thank you for the super chat. Kelsey's Life sent $9.99, says, hey T, this is my first super chat. Just wanted to say hello. I love your channel. Found you about 5 months ago and have been hooked on your videos. Thank you so much, Kelsey. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through, sis. Purple Rain. Hey, Purple Rain. Says, this is my first super chat. The first one disappeared. Congratulations on the true crime. Amazing content. Epic editing. Epic editing as always. That's tongue tying right there. Do you think it's a coincidence that Aries is being blasted after trash talking Lizzo? Yeah, I find that very interesting because Lizzo is now America's sweetheart. Okay. I do find that very interesting that after he was going in on her, all of this came out. You know, like, why didn't all this come out before? Even the guy asking the question, I know a few people were saying this in the chat last time. Even him asking it seemed like a setup. Like, first of all, what 2 grown men sit around talking about Lizzo music? Like, his whole thing is like a hip hop blog. So why would he not ask him like, hey, have you heard the new Lil Durk? You know, how do you feel about NBA Youngboy? Why would he ask him about Lizzo? So it's almost like they set him up, you know, and he took the bait. So that's on Aries. He took the bait and ran with it. But yeah, it's not a coincidence to me. Like, that hasn't been missed on me that he was just on the news for, you know, going in on Lizzo, and all the Lizzo fans were going in on him. And then Lizzo blasted him during the MTV Awards. And then all of a sudden, this whole situation with this little boy and his sister has now come to light. And it's also affecting Tiffany Haddish. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Definitely. Amanda sent $4.99. She says, when my grandmother passed from COVID, we were on the phone with her doctor, and the doctor said to me, I have to make this fast because I have a meeting. What? Oh, wow. I'm sorry about that. That's horrible. What was the point of him even calling? Like, why, you know what I mean? Like, if you have to go somewhere, why not get somebody else to take your place and have them call instead? That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. Yasmin Slays sent $17.99, says, hey T, have you seen House of Dragons yet? Can't wait for your crime scene series, by the way. If you need a story, there's a guy I went to college with that ended up being a serial killer. It's hardly been covered, which is surprising. Love from England. Yes, definitely send it to me. Feel free to send me the story. You know what's so crazy about some of these true crimes? I know like 2 major true crime people. One, I know the victim. And then the other one, I went to school with him, and he was a spree killer. And I'm like, damn, do I want to talk about that? I was researching him because sometimes I research these people just for my own edification. Like, I wonder what they're up to in prison. You know what I mean? So I like go on like a binge and just research. And so, yeah, I went to school with a spree killer. And he was so cool. He was like a nice guy. And to like see him on A&E, because we were like in music class together. It was just weird. Like, I would have never expected that. Yeah, him and his like little, he always hung with white dudes. Everybody used to call him Hootie and the Blowfish. That's what, that's how you know we're some 90s kids. Everybody in class called him Hootie the Blowfish because he only hung with white boys. And he always had like this guitar and this like brown jacket. He wasn't like, like he wasn't by like any like the black cliques. So like, he wasn't with like the cool black kids. He wasn't with like the jocks. He wasn't with the gangbangers. We had a lot of people. We had a lot of different cliques at our school. He always hung with like the little white kids. He was the only black person with like all these white people. But he was nice though, because I had him with me. We had a music class together. He was nice. He would speak. If you speak to him, he speaks. He seemed very friendly, very mild mannered. Child, one day I'm at home. It was like in 2002. I'm over here minding my business, breastfeeding. I had my son. I'm breastfeeding, changing diapers. It reminds me of that Avril Lavigne story. You know how she talks about the skater boy? She stands at home, feeding the baby. She's all alone. She looks on TV, and look who she sees. Skater boy rocking on MTV. But instead of skater boy, I'm at home with the baby, feeding the baby all alone. I look on TV, and look who I see. The boy from my music class. He's a spree killer. I said, what kind of shit is this? It's not funny, but it shocked me because I would have never expected it, child. He was really nice, very quiet. Child, he was out here just spree killing. Him and his little white friends, honey. They were just going around St. Paul just shooting people. You know what I mean? Just randomly. It was a mess. Yes. And I'm like, if this ain't some skater boy shit, but the dark version of skater boy, how you go from seeing a skater boy to a damn spree killer? But yeah. And it's so fun. We have like some crazy cases in Minnesota. Like, yeah, I'm gonna cover a few of them. We got some crazy cases in Minnesota. I remember one time I was talking to one of my neighbors at my old place where I used to stay, and we were all talking one day, and he was like, "Yeah, do you know any like serial killers or anything?" I was like, I've known a few people that just gotten involved into some messed up stuff. And he said one of the guys that he went to college with ended up being a serial killer. And he's like, and he would tell him stories, but he just thought this guy was just, joking and making stuff up. He just thought he was a good storyteller. And then come to find out after they graduated college, this man was really killing people. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, there's some crazy people out there. But he got me hooked on Fear Thy Neighbor. That is my show. I need to take a break. Like, I've literally been binge watching Fear That Neighbor for like the past few months. That is my show. And now they got Fear That Roommate on A&E. I watch too much true crime. Now I be like, I don't want no roommate. Let me speak to all my neighbors. Let me never put up a fence. Because Fear That Neighbor, it be the littlest thing. And they end up killing each other at the end of the show. Like, ooh, them shows are a trip. Somebody said skater thug. And he was kind of a low-key skater too. Like I said, he hung with all like little white boys and stuff. But it was just crazy because I would have never guessed. You could have never told me. The quiet black boy with the little guitar, they used to walk down the hallways with his little crew, would be a spree killer. I said, what the hell was he thinking? But yeah, Fear That Neighbor is a really good show. That is my show. I'm glad I'm not the only one who watches that. My TV stays on the ID channel. I hate that. I'm like, dang, it's always on ID. And then you'll be like, oh, let me watch something else. I'm like, okay, what happened? Oh, hell no, let me get some tips. Make sure, how I can protect myself. So let me go ahead and get on to the next topic here. We hit on Aries. Let's see here. Talked about Ezekiel. Okay, I wanted to talk about this whole situation that's going on with Kanye before I go, because I've been on here for like an hour and a half. If y'all don't know, Kanye now wants everybody to boycott Adidas. Okay? After years of, Nike sucks. Nike sucks. Be with Adidas. Support, a black shoe brand. Support my Yeezys. We all went out and bought Yeezys and foams and all that stuff. And now he's telling us to not support Adidas because they stole his design. So what's very interesting is that he ended up texting, Brother Love was somewhere in the background, child, with his messy ass. He texts Brother Love, or maybe Brother Love texts him. Let me see. Oh, I should have known. Brother Love texted him, okay, trying to insert himself into some shit. Let me read to y'all what he told Kanye in a text message, and then had the nerve to post it. He goes, please, can you send me something I could post in support of you? I never wear Adidas again for the rest of my life if they don't make it right with you. And so Kanye replied back and he says, praise God, love you. So then Diddy posts this. Since the era of Run DMC at Adidas has always used hip hop to build its brand and make billions off of our culture. But we are more than just consumers now. We're the owners. At Kanye West and Yeezy are the reason Adidas is relevant to the culture. We know our value. I'm done wearing Adidas products until they make this right. We have to support each other. Everybody repost this, please. Then he X'd out. This is a shoe that Kanye says Adidas copied him. So we reposted it, but the tea sippers, we're not here in support of you, Diddy. Everybody was in here dragging him. Somebody said, meanwhile, in the real world, the thing that's very interesting about Diddy is that not only does he insert himself into everything, but he's always talking about fairness and equality and how the white man or the white company or whatever white conglomerate is using black people. Remember, he got up on the Oscar stage and gave that stupid ass speech, and then Mace had to blast him. My thing is, Diddy, you have been the perpetuator of using black people for their craft, for their energy, and spitting them back out. Okay? Maybe you haven't done this to every single black artist that has come across you, but you've done this to more black artists than not. So you want Adidas to make this right with Kanye, who's already a billionaire, okay? But yet and still, you won't make it right with Mace. You won't make it right with the kids from the band. You won't make it right with, Craig Mack died, Black Rob died. You won't make it right with Total. You won't make it right with the other making the band kids, the singers, you won't make it right with anybody. It's very interesting. He won't make it right with all these people, but yet and still you want Adidas to make it right with Kanye. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. It doesn't make any sense. Are you now going to also right your wrongs and how you treated people and how you use people and how, you didn't show the same level of respect that you're demanding that Adidas give to Kanye West? I don't know. Diddy's annoying. Danny D. Kane, all of them. It just doesn't make any sense. And then he's all like, oh, everybody repost this. We all need to boycott. But it's always funny. That's why I don't really get involved in celebrity boycotts, because they only want boycotts when it affects their bottom line. When regular black folks are crying about stuff and saying that, certain things are affecting them, you don't hear peep from celebrities. Case in point, not to be shady, but let's keep it real. Remember back when the Baltimore school district, they didn't have no heat? Black folks in Baltimore were, on the news crying and saying, our kids are in the classroom with winter coats. It's cold in these classrooms. We need heat. Not a peep from any Baltimore artist. Not a peep from Monique, who's also from Baltimore. But then as soon as she wanted black folks to boycott, I found that very strange. Like, you could have used your big platform to help, shed light to these people in the school system that are suffering from lack of heat. But because it doesn't affect the celebrity world, they didn't care. But then as soon as, the whole Netflix situation went down, it was, everybody has to get behind me. Everybody needs to cancel their Netflix. Absolutely not. Stranger Things 3 was coming out. I was about to cancel my shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all, but I wasn't going to cancel my stuff. It's just fake. Because at the end of the day, he's trying to use people to boycott Adidas so that way it can put a dent in their bottom line. And then Adidas can come back and say, oh my God, we're losing money this quarter. Please, Kanye, call off your fans, call off the dogs. We'll give you whatever you want. And then they'll turn around and cut Kanye a check for, however many millions of dollars. and then they'll be right back. Oh, now we're cool. They'll be right back skipping down the yellow brick road. No, you're not going to use me to, pad your pockets up even more. Absolutely not. So I don't give a damn about the situation, to be honest with you. I like Yeezy. I think he has some very comfortable shoes. The designs are interesting. And I own a pair too. So I'm not going to knock them. But no, I'm not boycotting anything. Because y'all only want us to boycott when it benefits y'all. That's it. That's all. So I'm straight. I'll be wearing me a pair of Adidas tomorrow. No, I'm good, man. I'm tired of these celebrity boycotts. Let me read these last few super chats. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. We have over 10,000 people in the house. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Let's see here. Ooh, my screen just refreshed. Flame Lizzo. Now look at his wide back ass. Potato Head, why you going in on that man? Thank you for the super chat. Y'all are a mess. Let's see here. Breezy said his body language does not sit well with me. You must be talking about Aries Spears. Aoife Slay says, could this be a shame ritual for Hollywood? A humiliation? It could be. You never know. But either way, that whole video with that little boy was very distasteful. There's nothing comedic about that. But thank you for the super chat. Aaron sent $9.99 says, it's ironic that the whole point of this video is to watch you leave your kids around. It's exactly what the mom of kids didn't do. Okay. It's ironic that the whole point of the video is to watch who you leave your kids around. And that's exactly what the mom of the kids didn't do. That is very interesting, Aaron. I didn't even think about that. At the very end, it says, watch who you leave your kids with. And the mom did not watch who she left her kids with. Wow, that's a really good point. Okay, Aaron, we see you, sis. That's a really good point. I like that. That is very ironic. Very ironic. Is it Melanin? Melanin Manson. Oh, I get it, like Marilyn Manson. Y'all be having these names, honey. Melanin Manson, I like that. Says the skit was softcore child porn. Disgusting. I agree. Especially certain angles that they filmed that little boy in, wasn't feeling it. And then when he fell in the bathtub, I was like, okay. He's just doing the most at this point. So, but he says that he's going to come back and, fight it. So we're going to have to see what happens. Johanna sent $4.99. She says, Tiffany used to date the rapper Common. He said she was SA'd. He said she was SA'd as a child. Shame on her. Nothing is ever comical about child SA. Why is he telling her business, though? That's weird. So Common said that Tiffany was SA'd. For y'all who don't know, y'all can write in the chat, as a child. Has Tiffany ever spoke about that? Because I don't follow Tiffany like that, so I don't know. Maybe she's spoken about that. But yeah, if she was a victim of that, then she should have been even more sensitive to the skit that she was portraying. So somebody said no. Oh, Common was abused? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I read that wrong. Tiffany used to date the rapper Common, and he said he was. Oh, he was. Okay, I'm sorry. I misread it. Thank you, guys. So Common was abused. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. So he was abused as a child. So you would think, but you know what? I think she did this skit, though, before she got with Common, because this skit was shot back in like 2014. I believe she dated Common, if I'm not wrong, like in 2016, 2017-ish. But I mean, either way, it's not funny. Either way. Somebody said Tiffany was too. Oh, so they both were. It's okay. So she wrote in her book. Now that's crazy. So Tiffany was also SA'd. Common was SA'd. And she thought this was funny. That's sad. That's sad. I don't get that. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Tamika says, Breezy said that text message was from last month. Yeah, we covered that earlier. Thank you for the super chat, though. Misty Blue. Hey, Misty. C-Stan 5, she says, natives know Queen Elizabeth was abducting many children from boarding schools Look up William Combs, who died the day he was to testify to this fact. Oh, yeah, I heard about when she came to Canada, child, and she left Canada and there was a whole bunch of kids missing. I did. I read up on that story. Very disturbing stuff. So I don't know. The rabbit hole goes deep with that lady. It does. But thank you, sis. Crystal B says, check out this new show on FX and Disney are pushing called Little Demon. Oh, wow. It seems like everything nowadays that comes out is so dark and demonic. Like even like all of the movies that come out, it's like everything is like demonic or dealing with possession. There's like nothing like fresh. Like everything is horror. Like everything is. But Little Demon, that's I guess. Thank you for the super chat. Rona Full says, T, did you see that white billionaire Aries was X'd off recently while going for a run? Eliza Fletcher. No. Ooh, I'm going to have, you know what? No, maybe, okay, hold on. I think my mom told me about, I didn't know she was a billionaire though. Okay, in Dallas. The kidnapping death of Memphis, I'm sorry, this was in Memphis, of Eliza Fletcher. My mom told me about this. She was a billionaire? She was an heiress. Oh, wow. This world is crazy. I'm going to have to look more up about that. I just found out about that like earlier today when me and my mom were talking because she was like, what is going on in Memphis? I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of crazy people out there shooting people. She was like, they also kidnapped this jogger, but I didn't know it was like an heiress. Wow, that's sad. Thank you for that information. It's on, baby. Says T, I don't know if it's true, but Queen Elizabeth's 2 dogs are being buried alive along with her deceased body. Love you and your integrity. I don't believe that, please. You know white folks love their dog. They were not going to let that fly. Now, they'll mourn for 9 days. They're not going to throw no live dogs in there with their... I don't believe it. I think that's just a rumor people are spreading on social media. I refuse to believe that. Nah. They'll probably get them dogs to like Prince, well, he's a king now, King Charles or, Prince Williams or something like that. I doubt they'll bury her with her dogs. Let's see here. Google Ezekiel 9:5-7, which matches the days of the shooting. Scary. The shooter's name was Ezekiel, and he was shooting on 9/7. The verse describes it perfectly. I'm trying to leave. Y'all got me doing more work. Hold up now. Let me go ahead and Google this. Not Ezekiel 9:7. Okay. Oh, let me share my screen. Ezekiel 9:5-7. As I listened, he said to the others, follow him through the city and kill without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men and women, the mothers, the children, but do not touch anyone who has the mark, being at my sanctuary. So they began with the old men who were in front of the temple. Then he said to them, defile the temple and fill the courts with the slain. Go. So they went and began killing throughout the city. Oh. I'm kind of lost for words. I don't even know what to think. Oh, what did I just read? Like, that was weird. What? Yes, yesterday was 9/7. And that is what that scripture says. Wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you, Pink Dragon. Thank you for that tea. I was not expecting that. Yeah, I'm telling you, like they keep saying, the old folks keep saying, it feels like revelation, is coming to fulfillment. Like, God is coming back or something. Because that is crazy, and that's that boy's name who did all that. That is very chilling. Let's see here. Tiffany said, oh no, we read that. Let's see here. Red XL says, before you go, please call Stacey Dash and let her know that the queen died. Y'all are a mess. Yeah, somebody please let Stacey Dash know before she ends up crying a year from now. Tell me, I just heard that the queen passed. Like, yeah, that was a year ago, Stacey. I still can't believe that whole DMX debacle. She's a mess. Let's see here. Kate Bot says, hey T, love you. Can you give me your thoughts on Sheen by Sheree? Not Sheen by Sheree. I did watch the final episode. I got a chance to watch it. I think, was that Monday? Today's Thursday. I watched it Monday. I thought it was interesting how all of a sudden for the season finale, Tyrone shows up. Apollo was there. Apollo was looking good though. Apollo was looking good modeling. I think all the models did a good job. I thought it was cool how Dwight was there, the one who kept saying, who's this person who had a fashion show with no fashions? A fashion show with no fashions. I was like, okay, y'all just gonna remix it? I thought it was interesting, but I mean, are y'all gonna buy it? I mean, she can send me a pair. You know, I'll rock some She by Sheree. I just feel like this shouldn't have taken 14 years, though. I just feel like it was more or less for a storyline. I'm glad she finally got the clothing out there, but I don't understand why it took 14 years. Like, all these women are rich. It doesn't take that long to, like, find, you know, a distributor and find somebody to sew. Like, if you're really serious about something, you're going to put your money where your mouth is and it's going to come out. I just find it very, very interesting that now all of a sudden the clothing line is coming out because it was a whole storyline for her this season. Like, this clothing line could have been came out. Because remember on Married to Medicine, the lady Lisa Nicole, she had a whole clothing line, you know, and that she worked very hard on. Angel Brink, she has a clothing line. So I just don't believe that she just was not able to get this done before 14 years. That's something I don't believe. But at the end of the day, the show turned out really dope. I thought it was a really cool fashion show. I thought the models killed it. Everybody looked really nice. You know, this season was very interesting on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was very interesting. Somebody says, hold on. Hey T, what are your thoughts on the B2K Drink Champs interview? I saw some of it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I thought it was interesting. Hold on. Somebody said her shirts are $142. Who is selling shirts for, not She by Sheree? $142 for a t-shirt. She needs to stop. I hope you are just joking that she's not selling t-shirts for $142. Does she got a website? Let me look this up. Sheen by Sheree. She by Sheree. She got to have a website. It's coming back soon. Okay, what did I just tell y'all? This was for a storyline. This is her website. Dear fans, pardon our progress. It was a full house. Thank you for the overwhelming response. Though we could not accommodate all visitors, we're excited to refresh and relaunch very soon. Okay, but even if they don't have, where's the clothes though? Child. Even if all the clothes are sold out, you should still, the website should still be available. All it should say is sold out. You know, like when you go to click on something, it'll say sold out. Why can't we see the merchandise and the pricing? That's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff just looks to me to be for television, to be scripted. It doesn't take that long to put up a website. Look how quick we're able to put up the Lovelyti podcast website. We put that up, sold tickets. Like, it's not rocket science. They said her Who Gonna Check Me Boo shirts are $142. Now that's a funny slogan, but them shirts should be no more than $50, if that. That's a lot. $142 for a t-shirt? I guess, child. Anyways, let me see here. Brianna Love says, did you hear about the cashless bond that will be taking place in Illinois? January 1st, 2023. Any crime committed will be able to bond out for free, no holds. Even murder, though? I don't know why they would even pursue that, because look what's going on in New York with their whole bond system. Not any Yahoo can just get out after, creating a bunch of mess and drama in New York. That's why their crime has gotten up. So I don't know. That's a lot. I wouldn't want to deal with that living in Chicago. Let's see here. Potato Head Senpai says, you get better quality in Chinatown or Ross. I'd rather have Cinderella have her rats and roaches whip me up a shirt. Y'all are a mess. Okay, this is the last one. Let's see here. Ishmula says it's a different website. Go through her IG page. Okay, so that's not the website. All right, let me look up Sheree on IG. Because I want to know where everybody's getting this pricing for these $142 shirts. Y'all follow Sheree. Let me see. Let me see what comes up here. Creator is She by Sheree. Okay, She by Sheree shop. Okay. Okay, so this is the other She by Sheree website. Okay. So we're here. So this is the new one, but where's the clothes? I clicked on here. So she has two different websites. Hold on. This and this. Okay. Yeah, at this point, to me, it just looks like it was just something done for the show. The fact that neither website has the clothing, it could have everything launched and then just say coming soon, so we can get so that way we can get an idea of the pieces and how much it costs. And the fact that it doesn't even have that, it's to me, it was just for the show. It was just for the show. It was just a storyline. Somebody called it She by Stolen Designs. She stole people's designs. Ooh, child. Let's see here. Ka Sam 499 says the person who sold her pieces says she didn't pay them and he's not giving her the patterns, hence no fashion on the website. Child, what is going on with our good sis Sheree? Okay, I need the tea on this. So she didn't pay the seamstress person. And you know what's sad? It be the folks with the most money who be doing people the foulest. You're on a show, you're making money, you got this beautiful home, you're getting a bag. Why are we not paying people who are working for us? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then if you're selling these shirts for $142, at least you can do is pay the seamstress who sold everything. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm going to have to do a deep dive into this. I didn't know it was that bad. Because like I said, I just watched the show, the whole fashion show on Monday because I missed it Sunday night. So I just watched the show. So I just assumed, I was happy for her. Like, okay, the website is up. It's about time. She has her fashion out. Y'all are surprising me right now. Neither website worked. Folks ain't getting paid to sew. Like, what the hell's going on with this shit? And she got money. That don't make no sense. Child, it's crazy. Okay, so this is the last one that I gotta go. Aaliyah TV, Sim 499, she says, T, did you see that Palky has left Gravitas? I've been hooked on her because of you. Yes. I had posted this on my Instagram page. I was heartbroken because y'all know I love me some Palky. And I don't know why she left. I've been trying to find out the reason why she's leaving, but nothing has been given. Let me show y'all real quick. In case y'all don't know who Palky is. She is like my favorite female news journalist. She's the one I've been talking about forever. She keeps her foot on China's neck. But yeah, Palky Sharma Upera, she's leaving. And I'm just like, what? So she quit over the weekend. This is what's being reported. Palky Sharma Upera, anchor and host of one popular news show, Gravitas, has quit WION, according to reports. Palky was also the managing editor of WION. Palky will be hosting her last episode of Gravitas tonight. As per reports, Palky announced her resignation on the channel in a meeting around 2 p.m. today. Taking to Twitter, senior journalist Ver Sangvi says a great loss to Weon, a huge coup for whichever channel lands her. Currently, Weon has branches in more than 35 cities throughout the world. The organization is currently accessed by 4 billion connected devices globally and extending its influences in 190 countries spanning Africa, Europe, Russia, US, South America, and APAC region. So, yeah, man, this is my homegirl. I love the way she reports her news. She's very passionate. She keeps it real. She keeps her foot on China's neck. She doesn't mince her words. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that real journalism is being stifled out. We saw the same thing happen with Kim Iverson. And you don't have to be a fan of Kim Iverson, but I like Kim. I like watching her on The Hill. And then when The Hill was trying to silence her because of the whole Dr. Fauci situation, Kim was like, you know what? I'm out. So now Kim Iverson just does her thing on her YouTube channel. So I'm hoping Palki will maybe just move to YouTube and just create her own news channel, because if she does, I'm definitely there. I'm definitely going to watch. But yeah, I'm really sad that she's going, because that's the reason why I watched it. But I was noticing over the past few months, they've had these little Palki knockoffs. Like there's one there's like a real super light-skinned Indian woman. They having her trying to place Palki, and I'm like, girl, where is Palki? I didn't come here to see you, okay? So yeah, I don't like her replacements that they've been, low-key trying to put in her place, because there's been times where she's been on vacation and they use like this other Indian woman, but she doesn't have the same juice as Palki. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. Oh, Biden is speaking live. What are he talking about? Let me put in good old Grandpa Joe. He's probably talking about Queen Elizabeth. Joe Biden. Let's see what he's talking about, child. Where is he speaking live? It's not up on YouTube. I'm not seeing where he's talking live. Oh, here goes another video. It says Joe Biden on the death of Princess Elizabeth. Let's see what Joe Biden has to say on the death of Queen Elizabeth. Hopefully he won't put me to sleep. The shade.
We're getting more statements, this one officially from President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth was more than a monarch. She defined an era. In a world of constant change, she was a steadying presence and a source of comfort and pride for generations of Britons, including many who have never known their country without her. Also from President Trump. Together with our family and fellow Americans, we send our sincere condolences to the royal family and the people of the United Kingdom. Elizabeth's historic and remarkable reign left a tremendous legacy of peace and prosperity for Great Britain. Her leadership and enduring diplomacy secured and advanced alliances with the United States and countries around the world. From George W. Bush.
Okay, we're not going to do that. All right, so we heard from Joe Biden and Trump, okay? So on that note, the queen is no more, rest in peace to her. Black Twitter, they're still over there doing their thing, I guess. But you guys, thank you guys once again for joining me today. Shout out to everybody who came through. Please make sure you guys hit that like button. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to be working on my deep dive all weekend. So I probably won't have any videos this weekend until I get done with the deep dive. I might drop another video, maybe a short one, but it's not going to be every day because I just got to work this whole weekend. So on that note, you guys, have a good night. Have a good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a wonderful dialogue. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.